welcome back to another sunny day here in West Texas, folks. I've sent a couple of the lads out to get some jobs done today. So we have a fertilising job over here in field 41, and we have the last of the ploughing contracts. And as I've said before, I think getting those done actually helps unlock some more contracts, so we're going to get that set off as well. So we'll just set him off as the first one. I've set course play up already, and then we'll jump over to, is that actually counting as fertilising? I guess we won't see it on there. We can see it on the map. Yep, that seems to be working. So we'll jump over to the Steiger, which is also set up ready to go on ploughing contract, and we'll get him going. That's going to take a while. We're just going to leave those to work pretty much. I'm going to jump back in the case wheel loader because I want to get a new bucket for this, and then I'm going to get the animals sorted. I'll do that as a bit of a time lapse, I think, and then today we're going to get into harvesting the Triticale field. We need to make some, need to make some changes to the combine, which we'll get sorted, and then we will get that harvested, which is going to be cool. We're going to get some straw. There are a couple of harvesting contracts that have cropped up as well, so I'm going to see if I can get those done. All the grass is growing again, which is awesome. The hay that I cut last time is not yet dry, so we're going to have, at some point we're going to have an episode where we're doing a lot of baling, I think, as we're going to have straw to bale off the Triticale field, and we're going to also have to bale all that hay and get it back over. I think definitely bale that, because I wonder if we can get through this gate here. I think I'm going to bale that because it's quite a long journey back to the farm from that bit of land that we managed to buy. Can we open this gate, please? Yes. Better close that one. Yeah. Where's the trigger for that one? No. There. I've lost my train. Yes, yeah. So that other field that we've cut for hay is quite a long way from the farm. And this is quite a big bucket. It's an 8,000 litre bucket. So I'm hoping this will be quicker than using the front loader, which takes a little while. Yeah, so I'm going to get that baled. I've got a bale trailer that I've got my eye on. I think it's an auto load trailer. Should have. This is my second take at recording this. It's not starting any better. It's starting differently, but it's not starting much better. Yes, I've got my eye on an auto load bale trailer that I think we're going to use to handle the bales, and then we'll be unloading them into the sheds. You can just see off to the front left. This is definitely working better, so I'm going to get the cows sorted, get all of the kit ready for harvest, and I will be back with you. So I might time lapse some of the cow stuff because it's a cow based series and I don't show very much of it. So catch you in a bit.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space. I don't know where I am. It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste it.
So I've just shown you a quick time lapse of some of the cow feeding. They're getting silage at the moment because we've got a whole load of silage, and I'm trying to preserve the hay for when the cows are closer to calving and when we've got the silage in off of the cornfield. What I forgot to do in my excitement at the start is to pay off the $50,000 loan we had to take out yesterday to buy that patch of land. After the last video, I did a few runs to the BGA and sold off a fair bit of slurry. So we got sort of $90,000 in slurry sales coming in, and obviously we've got the $35,000 a day we're making currently off the solar panels. I would still like to expand those a little bit. And as you will have just seen, the Patriot has finished the fertilizing contract, so we'll collect that as well. There, it's just so there aren't currently any more fertilizing contracts. He's going to hang out up there for now, partly because I can't be bothered to go get the Patriot. Right, so the next thing we need to do is make some changes to some of the setup. We've got, I said I was recording this for the second time. I made a start on it and my heart just wasn't in it, and I got a bit frustrated with things. So you'll see the auger pipe on the birotor just there is quite short. It's very, very short compared to the header. You will see the header is not the colour it was before, because it was an annoying yellow that didn't quite match. So I think I've sorted that, and we're going to repaint that in a moment. So we need to put in a workshop point, which is what we're going to do now. I'm waiting here with the Magnum because I also want to take the dual wheels off the Magnum for karting. It doesn't really need the duals on for that. Already taken the truck semi over to the field. Come on, let me in here. No, yeah, that one. Yeah, so the semis are already waiting over at the field with both of the Lizard belly dump trailers on it. Probably don't need them, probably don't need them both. I have no idea what kind of yield we're going to get off of this field. We also brought the little Lizard beast over because we're going to use that to tow the header. Yes, it can just about tow it. It's a bit heavy for it, but so we're going to go Michelins, and we're just going to go wide singles. And nicely, because we're just taking the jewels off the back, it's not going to charge us for that, which is really cool. So we'll restart that, pull it out of the workshop, get the combine into the workshop, get that sorted. Then get the header resprayed, and then we'll get over to the field and we'll actually start doing some harvesting. Hopefully it will be more successful than take one was. Normally I wouldn't scrap a video like that, but I just wasn't feeling recording it at all. Yeah, you will see it before. As I said in the commentary of the Oak Hill video, it's been a week. It's been a very long week. Yesterday was an even longer day. That's $7,000 to put the long pipe on. So yeah, that video went in the bin. I recovered the save game from the save game backup, and we're doing it again. And I've lost the that, as I've said before, is one of the things I hate in farm sim, because we had the bigger bin on. So we've still got our number one. We've still got the lights. We had the big tank on. Thank you. And I bet that's forgotten the... I've still got the long auger. Cool. There we go. So yeah, I was not happy recording the last one. I was thinking I was going to have to either sell this combine, which I think is such a cool combine, or put a really small header on it because the pipe was so short that I couldn't offload. Anyway, we'll jump in the Lizard. We'll see if my tweak in setup of this header lets me paint it in close to the colours of the twin screw, birotor twin screw. Not quite. Maybe shouldn't have left that forage header there. Good enough. It's going to get resprayed anyway. I'm not sure why it defaulted to black when I changed the colours, but... So, let's customise that. Main colour, design colour, and we'll leave the room colour as black. And I'm hoping that that is close to the colours of the combine. It's hopefully closer anyway. Right, so I'm going to get all this over to the field, and I will come back when we are close to being ready to start combining. So everything else is over to the field. I can't remember if I said in the intro bit, all the grass is regrowing, which is cool. In fact, the grass that we cut the first time is ready to cut again, but I'm going to hold off until everything is ready to recut, and we'll do it as one big cut and make a whole load of hay. Here's the plan. Yep, so we'll make a bunch of hay to feed the cows. This is obviously going to give us our straw. That's not a bad colour match. In fact, I think I copied the colour code out of the mod, so it should be exactly this colour. But farm sim, let's just check. Is this auger long enough to reach the trailer? Yes, much better. So the other thing that I've done, which hopefully will mean that this video sounds better and looks better, is I've changed a whole bunch of my, I'm just going to turn off the straws off for now. I've changed a whole bunch of my OBS settings. So I currently have it so that the two audio streams that I'm using, so the game audio and the mic audio, are recorded separately. That meant I had to change OBS to using advanced settings rather than simple settings, which I've not done before, which meant using new video recording settings, so hopefully this looks okay. The Oak Hill video you won't have seen yet because that's next week's Oak Hill video was recorded with the same settings. I haven't edited that yet. I did some testing and did a test upload of a very short video, and I think it looked okay. If you think you can spot a significant difference, please let me know and I will change things. So we're going to do two headlands on here. I'm going to run course play for this so that I can cut and maybe get a few other things done and try and get some nice footage. So we're going to save this as, I can't remember what number the field is. Field 4. Field 4, harvest. We've only got the one combine. Settings, isn't it? So I'm going to do straw on the centre only because I think we struggle to get over the straw swaths with this combine. I know we're going to get less straw, but my plan is to run some of the harvesting contracts that have come up, so they will give us some more straw. It's going to take about an hour to harvest this field. This combine has just about enough power to run this header. It's an old combine. I think Sid was talking about releasing a tuned version which has a bit more horsepower, so we can run these big 45-foot headers easily, which would be nice. But yeah, we'll get straw off of the centre of this field, but not off the two headlands. That may be a bad idea, and what I may actually do is run. I don't think we can sacrifice the straw. We don't have enough tractors to be able to bale as we go, but I get spun around here. Yep. The Magnum looks really weird without the jewels on. Yeah, that's a big lump of straw. We're getting some fairly big straw swaths off of here. I wonder if the little Massey could run the baler. Let's have a look. Well, that's got 160 horsepower. We've got a base game standard baler, so maybe it could. Or we could run. It can, but obviously I don't have the bale trailer yet. But it could run the mixer wagon. Give me a sec. I'm going to jump over and grab the Massey. And we're going to not mixer wagon, feed the forage wagon loader thing. Give me a second. I'll be back. We're going to go and pick that up and bring it over and see if we can clear some of the headland off as well. But yeah, this Massey is doing a lot more work than I expected it to be doing on the farm. Honestly, I expected it to just sit on the feeder wagon forever. I'm not going to clear the long rows of the headlands. I'm just going to clear the ends where the combine will be turning. I would like to bale as much of the straw as possible, but we'll just do some loose just to get this out of the way. Something that I'd forgotten was just how immense the grain tank was on this combine as well. I think it holds something like 28,000 litres. We'll see how much that is in bushels when we jump over to the combine in a bit. It's a lot. It's insane. And we've got 20,000 litres of Triticale in there now. Which is a pretty good yield, let's be honest. But yeah, let's get some of this straw loaded up. Probably use this in the TMR maybe, as it's kind of bonus straw. I'm definitely planning to, well, I do have the straw from missions enabled, and I'm definitely planning to take straw off of. We have 2 contracts we can run at the moment for harvesting, I think it's barley and Triticale. Fields 15 and 19, and we'll be taking the straw off of those as bales. Once we've got this field harvested, I will get the bale trailer that we need. Hopefully we can afford it. I might have to use one of those little bridging loans again. Okay. Because we're getting quite a lot of straw off of here, we're definitely only going to clear these short rows. And what I'll probably do is use auto drive to run this over and dump it in the silo, so that I can jump back in the Magnum and unload it. So we need to get down to the main farm. What's it called? Hay silo unload. Because I think that takes straw as well. Switch to deliver mode. Switch to pick up and deliver. We are in field 4 load unload. We're going to hay unload with straw. And the combine's 95% full, so that's definitely the next job. Just going to put the really messy markers on. I just want to get on a route straight back to the silo. There we go. So how far around has the combine made it? Most of the way around the headland, which is pretty cool. Getting a nice solid yield off of here. The reason that I switched the straw back on for headlands is this is not a very wide or big field. I'm really not sure how much straw we're going to use. We're running best part of 500 cows now, and they're going to start dropping calves probably in the next 4 or 5 days, I think. So my plan with this series, because I'm always pondering and thinking, is to speed up the progression a little more, because, speaking of time, I seem to be playing a lot of this on ×1. This is what I'm saying about the straw swath and getting stuck. You can see the combine has actually got stuck on the straw swath. So I'm going to stop the driver, back him up. In fact, we'll back him up over the auger wagon. No, we won't. Let's get this unloaded. Yeah, so one of the things I'm thinking about is switching to 3-day seasons. Now, partly because this will be interesting for FS22, which we're probably going to have 3-day seasons at the start anyway. So it'll be good practice for that, and it'll just let us get through the years a bit quicker. I'm generally playing the days as long as they need to be to get the jobs done, to take off the kind of this is not about a time pressure element in this game. This is about running a big dairy farm. So I could probably play on 3-day seasons. The only variable you get with 3-day seasons is the weather. And if we look at the weather here in Texas, it's pretty good. We have had rain in the forecast a few times, and the back end of the week looks a bit ropey, but actually we haven't had any rain yet to deal with. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Let me know if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea, or you really don't care. So there should be maybe 2 videos on West Texas this week. It depends. I'm really enjoying the Maze Plus stuff that I'm doing, and I've got some ideas for more videos on that. And I may do that for the weekend instead of doing another West Texas video. Depends. It's Thursday already, and this is the first chance I'm getting to record West Texas because life. And this needs to be recorded and edited and uploaded for tomorrow. And as would happen with last week's video, I uploaded it and YouTube didn't process it, so I had to upload it twice, which is awesome. We're 92% full off of one load in the combine. We need to look at a bigger auger wagon in the future, I think. So we'll get this guy going. See if we can get him going. Come on, come on, you can do it. As much as I love this combine, it does seem to have some interesting problems. And here's another interesting problem. I forgot to set the silo to load. Hopefully that will sort that. We can jump in. Give me the Magnum. The Magnum, because we're going to need to empty this straight into... I was forgetting I'd brought the semi over with all the trailers. I was thinking I was going to have to run this to the silo, but we can just dump this straight into the semi and hopefully keep this combine moving so that we don't have the issue with the straw swath. As soon as the Massey is back with the loading wagon, we're going to need to clear this short headland off. It's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a busy day. I'm really liking the fact that we don't have crop destruction 2.0 on here, so I can drive on this grass field, which you can't do on most of the other games that I play on. So yeah, let's get this emptied. The Massey is empty, so hopefully on its way back. In fact, we will jump in there. And I'm going to drive this back and we'll get loading up on that short row on headland. You get the idea of what's going to be going on here, so probably going to jump into a bit of a montage, I think, to get this job out of the way and not have a stupidly long video, because I would like to try and run some of the harvesting contracts as well on this. So find some music to put on and yeah, let's jump into a bit of a montage.
Could you come a little closer now? Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever.
Just a quick check-in. Headlands are cleared and the combine's on the up-down rows now, which you've seen a little bit of. It seems to have a bit of a weird moment with turning with course plate. In fact, I think that's actually got stuck, maybe. No. Yeah, course plate just seems to have a bit of a funny with turning, it would seem. Actually, before I forget, the ploughing contract is done, so we'll collect that. There are 2 harvesting contracts, which I'm going to grab the contracts now so that they don't vanish. We may not get them done today, but we will get them done. We've got about 2,300 bushels of Triticale in the semi at the moment. We're just going to unload again while we're on a convenient run. So we're only 50% full in the combine, but we may as well get it empty while we can. There's about half an hour left to go for getting this field harvested, I think. Yeah, it's going well. I had planned to buy 2 of these combines actually. I think although they are quite cool, they are a bit niche, and we'll probably look at replacing them with a case combine on here. I love the fact that it's a dual track combine, but it's whether the tracks are too low or too narrow, it doesn't seem to do well with straw swaths, and it's a combine. So yeah, I think we're probably going to look for next year of replacing it with something from Case or maybe Class. Depends how hard Class push. Like I said before, I really like the Monster brand of Lexion that they have. Yeah, and it's a nice looking setup. It just doesn't. It's not brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to keep working this, and we'll probably maybe throw in a couple of little montage bits, and we'll just get this job done. Really, yeah. Combining. So I've decided it's probably a wise idea to collect all the straw in the loading wagon, get that in the silo here, and then we'll bale the straw we get off the contract fields. So I've got auto drive set up. I've loaded up the course for the harvester. That's why it's always worth saving it. We'll put auto drive on for unload and refill, and hopefully the course that we've got will work. So we'll set that guy off. I've cleared the. You may or may not have spotted that the combine had dumped some stupidly large piles just up here. It seemed that it wouldn't unload the straw for a certain patch, so I've tidied those up just a little bit so that the loading wagon can get over. Obviously there are some bits on the headlands that have already been cleared off, but yeah, we're just going to let this run, see how it does. I suspect there's a chance it will get confused when it gets to the far end of the field, and it's a long way to the auto drive course, but we'll give it a look. Combine is filling up, so we'll just jump in Magnum and get that emptied, and then get this field finished up, I think, from a harvest point of view, and probably call it a day there. I'm trying to keep this video shorter. If you're watching at this point, you're probably a regular viewer, and just to let you know that there might be less videos in the next, I say a few days, but possibly week. I don't have a lot recorded, so I'm recording this video now less than 24 hours before I'll release it, which I don't like. So I'm probably going to knock down to slightly less videos over the next few days and get caught up a little bit. I hope that's okay. Life has been so busy that it's just kind of crushing me. Not sure where the loading wagon is off to, and I'm blocking the combine. So yeah, there may be less videos in the next day or week, probably week, so that I can get some sort of backlog sorted. Going to get this harvest finished up, find out what the hell's going on with the loading. The loading wagon's full, that's why. So he's working his way back over to the yard. Yep, I'm going to get this harvest finished up, and I will be back, and we'll see how much we managed to get.
Promise that I will stand by you forever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah.
I am such a dummy. So I was just recording me finishing the last row of the harvest and emptying into the truck and emptying the truck. And I've been waffling on for probably about 10 minutes and I hadn't hit record. So we pretty much filled both of the trailers on here with the Triticale. So we got the 215,000 litres of Triticale off of here. I'm not sure whether we're going to sell that or whether we are going to keep it to feed to the cows. I think it's worth about $45,000, so it's probably not worth keeping. So all of the rambling and waffling that you missed, I think things are going to be pretty quiet on the farm for a few days. We've got to wait until autumn for the corn and the cotton to be ready. The cotton's looking pretty good. We just wandered over there. You weren't paying attention. So I'm going to run the harvesting contracts that I've got in the background. I'll do those as a time lapse probably, and get that hay on with the new area that we cut in the last video baled up as a part of the time lapse. Things that I was musing about, we need to raise some more cash because come autumn we need to buy the TMR mixer, which is about $180,000. We're going to be selling slurry, so we can probably cover that, but because we need to buy the bale trailer, which is about $45,000, and I really want to buy another truck to run with bale trailer. If you're going to be doing contracts and getting the straw off the field, we need to be pretty prompt. We're going to need the Peterbilt to run the grain trailers to sell the grain. So I had a suggestion on Discord for one, but it's about $250,000, and obviously we can't afford that. Could do with buying more cows, but can't afford it really at the moment. We're probably 4 or 5 days away, I think, from having calves and therefore milk, and we can start selling calves, probably up to the meat factory for some of it to bring a nice injection of cash in. So yeah, next video will be a time lapse, I think. I don't know how well those go down. The last one people kind of sort of watched, but it's a good way of me getting stuff done because I'm really busy at the moment, and in fact I don't even know if a bit. I think I covered a bit where there may be less videos this week. I don't know. The other thing that I changed my mind on was the combine. Actually, it's worked really well. We probably are going to keep it. Whether I'll buy a second one, I don't know. But yeah, we've got and left the combine over on our grass field because the field we're going to harvest, field 15, is just over there, so not far from our own fields. Really annoyed that I didn't record that last bit. That combine is really nice to drive, by the way. We got about 90% yield off that field, so it's not great, but it's purely driven by the soil type, I think. Not a lot we can do about that. We can't really move where we're farming at the moment. We're trying to extract for cash, and you know, the land we've got is the land we've got. It's a good location for us, and it includes that nice grass area as well, so it works well for us. Yeah, so I think that's it for now. Slightly shorter video probably, and time lapse for the second video of the week is the plan. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you made it this far and you're still watching, drop me a comment. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, why are you still watching it? Seriously. And I will catch you in the next video on West Texas.